Look around you. Everything seems normal, doesn't it? You wake up, you check your phone, you go to work, you scroll, you buy, you post, you sleep, rinse, repeat. But what if I told you none of it is real? Not in the way you think. The beliefs you hold, the fears you carry, even the dreams you chase, they were all handed to you, not chosen, installed. From the moment you were born, you were placed inside a carefully crafted illusion. A world built not to set you free, but to keep you small. It tells you what success looks like, what beauty is, what's possible, what you're worth. And here's the kicker. You believed it. You trusted the system. You played by its rules. And now you wonder why life feels like a trap with no exit. But here's what they never wanted you to ask. What if the trap isn't physical at all? What if it's mental? What if you've been living in a prison without walls, where your thoughts are the bars and your beliefs are the guards? Sounds dramatic, right? Good, because it is. They don't want you to think like this. They want you distracted, obedient, entertained. But you wouldn't be here if you weren't already waking up. So let's go deeper, because once you see the illusion, you can never unsee it. Next, we're exposing the lie that runs this entire simulation and how it's kept you quietly stuck for decades. Let's talk about the biggest scam in human history. No, not taxes, not reality TV, something worse. Belief programming. From childhood, you were fed a slow, steady diet of rules. Not real ones, mental ones. Rules about who you are, what's possible, and what you should be afraid of. Don't dream too big. Play it safe. Be realistic. Work hard, retire old, and maybe you'll enjoy life someday. Sound familiar? Of course it does, because it's everywhere. In schools, in TV shows, in the way your boss speaks to you, in the way your parents try to protect you, even in the self-help books telling you to just stay positive. They call it guidance. We call it control. Here's a true story. Mark was a brilliant engineer with ideas 20 years ahead of his time. He built something incredible, a renewable energy system that could power homes for pennies, but he was told to stop. Not by gangsters, not by some comic book villain, by lawyers, corporations, bureaucrats. They said it was unsafe. What they meant was it doesn't fit the system. So what did Mark do? He gave up, buried his invention, got a normal job. Now he spends his days fixing machines that are less efficient than the one he built himself. That's how the lie works. It doesn't just stop dreams, it convinces you they were foolish to begin with. And the worst part, most people never realize it. They live their whole lives playing a rigged game, thinking it's their fault they're losing. But now that you know the game's rigged, what are you going to do? In the next section, we'll show you the clues hidden in plain sight, the signs the system is fake and always has been. Ever get that weird feeling like life's on a loop? You wake up. You go through the motions, something bad happens, you promise to change. Then, somehow, you're back in the same place. Again, a different job, same stress, different partner, same arguments, different diet, same body. Coincidence or code? You're not just unlucky, you're stuck in a script, one you didn't write. And here's the chilling part. They count on you never noticing. Because the second you do, the whole thing starts to glitch. Pay attention. Ever notice how you feel anxious every time you try something new? You hear the same self-doubt voices at just the wrong moment? Random problems seem to show up right when you're about to level up? That's not random. That's the system rebooting to keep you in place. They've built a world where you doubt yourself before they even have to. A world where you're always one step away from breakthrough, but never quite get there. Because every time you get close, something pulls you back. Bills, fear, judgment, logic. But once you see the pattern, you realize it's all fake. The fear isn't real. The limits aren't real. The rules were never rules, just suggestions made to look mandatory. And when you notice the cracks, that's when the system starts to lose power. Which brings us to the next step, the moment when people wake up, break down, and finally break through. It's not always pretty, but it's always powerful. No one ever plans to wake up. It usually starts with a breakdown. A job you gave everything to let you go without a second thought. A relationship you built your world around suddenly falls apart. Or maybe it's quieter. One day you look in the mirror and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. This is the moment most people hit what we call the glitch. It's when the simulation misfires and the truth begins to leak in. Take Lisa, for example. Age 47. Had the perfect resume, the perfect house, the perfect smile. But one day, she had a panic attack in the cereal aisle. No warning, just total mental collapse. Why? Because her soul couldn't take the mask anymore. Or Derek, a father of 3 who worked 60-hour weeks for 20 years. One morning, his youngest daughter asked him, "Dad, why are you always mad at the mornings?" He couldn't answer. And just like that, his entire world cracked open. These moments are terrifying. They feel like failure, shame, weakness. But here's the truth no one tells you. Breakdowns are just disguised breakthroughs. The system isn't breaking you. It's breaking down around you because you're finally starting to question it. The fog starts to lift. The voices in your head aren't yours. The pain you've been carrying doesn't belong to you. And suddenly the cage is unlocked. It never was. That's when real freedom begins. Not with fireworks, but with a whisper. This can't be all there is. In the next section, we're going to decode how the system really works and how it's kept you stuck in small moments your entire life. Let's be clear, you are not weak. You are not broken. You are not too late. You've just been running a script that was never yours. But here's where everything changes. You don't fix the system by fighting it. You fix your life by stepping outside it. That's the real rebellion. Not anger, not resistance, stillness, silence, awareness. When you stop reacting, the program loses control. When you pause, question, and observe, the code reveals itself. Start small. Sit in silence for 5 minutes a day. No phone, no noise, just you. That uncomfortable feeling, that's the old script begging to run again. Don't feed it. Instead, write. Start a truth journal, not for goals, not for gratitude, just to notice what's actually yours and what isn't. Ask, whose voice is this thought? Who benefits if I stay stuck in this belief? You'll be shocked at the answers. And when you're ready, do the unthinkable. Imagine your life with no limits. Not a wish, a reality. feel it. Live it mentally. Act like it's already real. Because when your mind accepts the new code, your world bends to follow. You don't have to fight the old world. You just have to stop participating in it. And that's how the system collapses, one awakened mind at a time. In the final section, we'll bring it all together. Because now that you're awake, the question isn't what's wrong. It's what will you create next? So now you see it, the system, the script, the silent chains wrapped around your thoughts since the day you could speak. And more importantly, you've started to remember who you actually are, not a pawn, not a statistic, not a follower in someone else's algorithm. You are the dreamer, the director, the architect of this entire experience. And no, it's not too late. You didn't waste time. You were gathering evidence, proof that the old way doesn't work. And now you begin again, awake. You'll walk through the same world, but it won't feel the same because you'll see the patterns. You'll hear the hidden commands, and more importantly, you'll choose whether to obey them. That's real freedom. And yes, it'll be uncomfortable. You'll lose illusions. Some relationships may shift. Old goals will feel empty. But what you gain, inner peace, mental clarity, the ability to live, not just survive. You're no longer asking, what's wrong with me? You're asking, what else have they hidden? And that's the right question, because this is just the beginning. If this message resonated with you, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. More truths are coming, the kind that shake the ground beneath your feet and reveal the solid truth underneath it. You've stepped outside the illusion dot. Welcome to the new world. Your world.